Scotty V podcast, turn it up loud. Every nerdy deep dive feels like one more round, one more tier list, one more wild what if twist. Press record, hit that play. We could talk like this all day. Scotty V podcast, superhero talk. Hit play once now, you can't log off. Hey, from the MCU to the DCU stars, we're saving hot takes, not just worlds from afar. Scotty V podcast, turn it up loud. Every nerdy deep dive feels like a crowd. Scotty V podcast.
Alright, let's talk about the Punisher special presentation, One Last Kill. So it was about 48 minutes before the credits, and let me just say it was very well written. So we go into a deep dive of what's going on in Frank Castle's head and what he was doing during Daredevil Born Again Season 2. So obviously he bought a new place. He's just there sitting there, and his mental state is not there, and he has people from his past, from his original series, there just mocking him, but it's actually him beating him down. He's just going crazy, and he can't handle it anymore, and he had like a tattoo on his chest, or on his chest, yeah, and he kind of carved it out. It was like, I guess, like a tattoo for the military. He carved that out. I was like, holy crap. But one thing I'll give this show was brutal. Pow, 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 going through the head. You could see everything. It was crazy. And then there was one scene with a homeless man with his dog, and a bunch of gangsters were just causing terror in the streets of New York. Well, the thing is, where was Spider-Man? This is all taking place in New York, and still no Spider-Man. Rights. Sony and the damn rights. Grabbed the guy's dog, steals his hat, throws the dog in front of a garbage truck while it was going full speed. I was like, dang, Daniel. So they're building up things to show that make a Punisher be the Punisher. So then things are happening, and a woman in a wheelchair confronts Frank and says, you don't know what you did? And it was the new cheese, the gang members in this special presentation. We get a montage of Frank Castle just wiping every single one of them out, shot by shot, the father and the sons. But Frank Castle didn't kill the mother, so now the mother will never forget 6:47, the time that happened. I can't speak. So now she put a bounty on his head for that time. And then the whole sequence just in his apartment complex and on the streets, like, it was like really well. It's like John Wick. That's what it reminded me of. And I love John Wick. It's a really great movie. Frank going through the apartment building is going on fire, guns shooting. It was great. The whole if you love action movies or action TV shows, go watch that whole sequence. That whole sequence was perfect. Blood everywhere, gunshots everywhere, knives, axes, whatever you can think of. And then there was one part that Frank had to jump off a building, and he landed on like a AC unit or whatever. But the CG was so weird. Like, I know, from what I understand, is that it was all done practically. Just when the impact happened, it was the stunt double. But it looked a bit weird. You could see it all over the internet and all that shit. So basically, Frank survived the bounty, and he helped the family that was in need with a little child being robbed, and the father was being beaten, and he was there earlier to get a coffee. But yeah, he saves the day, and then he embraces the Punisher mantle. Yeah, there was things in the episode where he was completely breaking down. He was actually going to end himself, but then he hallucinated his daughter. His daughter basically stopped him from killing himself. Karen Page made a cameo too, but it was just a hallucination in his head. But yeah, it was well done. And then at the end, the same guy that killed the guy's dog and stole his hat got punished. He took the hat, and Punisher was gonna let him go, but then the guy's like, that's not the only thing he stole from me. Friggin', he got the axe, threw the axe, hit him on his leg, he fell, and then Punisher looked at the guy, and the guy went like this, and then he just ended him right there. Kapow! It's like Punisher didn't need to know what he took, if it was a human or a dog. He just knew in his soul what he lost. And then the show ended. The presentation ended. It was well done. Frank Castle didn't really say much, but when he did, it was pretty whatever. But yeah, great action. I wish it was a bit longer. This could pave the way for him to have a new season of Punisher, or maybe a movie. A movie sounds great, but if we could get another TV show season, I'll be happy with that as well. So yeah, now we know what he was doing during Born Again season 2, and this will lead to him being in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, follow, and I'll see you in the next one.